Hey, everybody, here this is the 8th of July, and we're here, the three guys, Marty, Mike, and Dan. I want to say hello. I'm going to turn over to Mike to say hello, and then Dan, and we will get this thing rocking and rolling. Mike?
Yeah, hi, everybody. Stick with us. We got some good stuff tonight. Go ahead, Dan.
Hello. Looking forward to the chat. Take it away, Marty. Yeah, we're really good, aren't we?
Yeah, that was quick.
We want to get into the meat of things.
Yeah. What I was going to talk about tonight, after talking with Dan and Mike and thinking about my 70 days in hell, it felt like, I realized one thing very important is your health. And I, a couple of years ago, got into keto, and then I got into carnivore, and I lost weight. But I never got my big behind out of the chair. So I lost weight, but I didn't build up my cardio. I didn't build up my strength. Now, thank God above, I didn't go to the hospital a year ago when I was 100 pounds more. But God had mercy on me, because there's no way what I went to that a lot of people wouldn't be here. And I'll never forget that part of it, because you learn a lot about yourself and what's important in life when you're laying on your back for hundreds and hundreds of hours and people working, they're not telling you anything. It's rough. It was really rough. But what I did learn is how fortunate we are to be working with a guy like Mr. Mufar, for example, definitely, but also being able to be in a business where you don't need special skills. But I want to tell everybody, if you can get up and move more, there's a lot of food in the United States that, and I'm not going to push carnivore, I'm not going to push any of that. I want to push one thing, though. Before you put something in your pie hole, read what it is. A lot of people put on when I was in the hospital, they would have 100% orange juice. So I read it. Now, the first ingredient's usually the biggest one in there. So you would think it would be orange. No, it was like number 5. It was some kind of corn syrup, fructose, just nasty, nasty stuff in a hospital, in rehab. So I would never drink it. The guy next to me wanted it. I gave it to him. The nurses would even ask me, why do you turn back so much of this stuff? I said, well, because they put the ingredients on there, don't they? Yeah. And I said, I read it. And what I'm reading is, I'm already sick enough. I don't want to add to it. And she goes, what are you talking about? And I would show them, they read it and go, well, I never knew that. Well, believe it or not, other countries won't even let some of the food we eat, they won't even sell it. But anyway, I'm not preaching about that. I just want people, before it's too late, because you may not get a warning that one day you're okay and the next day something's not right. And that's pretty much what I got. I didn't feel real good, but I went from not feeling real good to can't breathe. I'm in the emergency room 4 times in a row. But during that time, I had a lot of talks with God, because God was with me when I came to this planet, and he's the only one that's going to be with me when I leave. So I talked a lot. Did he heal me right? Was I healed right away? No. Why? Because he knew I had a thick skull and I needed to learn what's really important in life. And what's important in life is seeking him first for me, and then taking care of myself and my family, and then sharing this wonderful opportunity as it grows. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. But a lot of you sit out there, and I know, well, you can't do this, you can't do that. Push yourself a little bit, get moving, drink water. Your body will tell you what it needs, but eat natural stuff. If it comes from a can, it probably belongs in a can. Okay, I mean, I'm just guessing. But there's vegetable. We have the stuff. We have the food. And I believe it's more what you eat than I mean, I'll give you an example. I'm on 10 pills a day. Okay. Now they used to get me in a thing and I down them all at one time. And I felt like kicked in the head by a mule and in the stomach for 4 hours a day. Because my body's trying to cope with all this crap. Well, they're not going to come back and give me a pill every hour so it dissolves in my stomach. And they won't walk away. You have to take them all. Now, since I've been home, I take one, drink a little water, wait a while, take another, and it's not so bad. I don't want to take any of them. The problem with medicine is it hides the true problem and creates another problem. For me to get the water off, I had to use Lasix. To get the water off, it affected my kidneys. And so they gave me something for kidney because my blood pressure dropped. Because my blood pressure dropped, they had to give me something to raise my blood pressure. When they gave me the Lasix, my potassium dropped. So they had to give me more potassium. It's crazy. And all said and done, if I didn't put too much in my pie hole and I got up and moved around, this probably wouldn't have happened. And this goes for everybody. It's never too late, as long as you're breathing and you can walk. Even if you can't walk, you can move and start doing something. Take care of yourself. Because what good is it if you, in a business that sets you financially free, and you're 6 foot under? You did it for somebody, but I worry about people because I know I've been there. It was hell. It was HELL hell. Anyway, I wanted to bring that up. And the other thing is I was looking at trends for businesses online. And I was pretty shocked to find out that a lot of these businesses are coming back to life. And the reason is, I'm going to play a little video. You watch the video, but I want to tell you the difference. Yeah, they have AI tools. Everybody's starting to emerge into AI, but it's still, you have to have, it says you don't need any skills, but you need a little, because you got to understand AI. But anyway, here's a video that I put the information together, and this is what I got.
How to make money online in 2025. It's 2025, and the online income game has changed forever. Want to quit your 9-to-5? Freelancing platforms like Upwork and Fiverr are booming again, with AI-augmented services in high demand. E-commerce is smarter than ever. With dropshipping automation and AI product research, you can launch in days, not months. Affiliate marketing? Still hot. But now, platforms with built-in AI tools are leveling the playing field. And the best part? Most of these income streams require no tech skill, just consistency, curiosity, and a laptop. This is your year. Don't just scroll. Start building your online income today. Stay tuned. We will be sharing something very soon that everyone, anywhere can succeed. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and give a like and ring the bell.
Anyway, just want to let people know, everybody's trending that way. So if Ash could be 5 years ahead, oh my God, I can't even imagine what we have. Anyway, we don't know what's coming. I'm not going to talk about it. So I'm going to turn it over to Dan, and we'll keep the ball rolling.
You want to go first, Mike? Mike, do you want to go first because of your internet connection?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Hey, Mike, can you hear us? I guess I'll go. Well, Marty was talking about health, and, the interesting thing, well, first of all, I'll tell you, most of you know my story. I've been I was in the healthcare industry for 30 years, and I worked with orthopedic surgeons and watched people. We did joint replacement surgeries, and I was in the OR with the doctor, and so I saw, the effect of poor health from the inside. I was in there with the operation, so I saw a lot. And let me tell you, it's the life choices that we make are can be very detrimental to our health. And my wife, I'll tell you another story. Is my wife was certified years ago in holistic health, and she has a ton of knowledge on healthcare, nutrition, and what's good for you, what's bad for you. So, one thing I will tell everybody is it's not one size fits all. Some people are good with, like Marty, with the carnivore diet, and some people are good with an animal protein diet, adding a little bit of carbs. But the bottom line that's true with everybody is that we've got to get away from this ultra processed vegetable oils that are quietly just killing all of us. What they do is they give us chronic inflammation, and every disease out there is a direct result of chronic inflammation. So anything we can do to decrease that inflammation, we allow our body a chance to heal. And one of the big culprits on this are these seed oils, and these like vegetable oils and sunflower oils and any of these seed oils, sunflower and canola and soy. All of these are ultra processed. They're heated up to 500 degrees and they get rancid, and they are horrible for you. And unfortunately, they're in all of our foods. And we go to the grocery store, and a lot of these seed oils are there. And so if we can, just like Marty said, look at the package. I mean, if it's got 800 ingredients in it, something's wrong. A funny thing is, I heard that we all grew up with Wonder Bread. Remember Wonder Bread? Well, back when I was a kid, Wonder Bread had 3 or 4 ingredients. And since then, what they've done is they've added all these preservative chemicals. They decided to add some bleach to make it whiter, and they added all of these chemicals to keep the shelf life high. And so it is toxic for you. And we're feeding that to our kids and everything else. So the American diet has undergone an incredible transformation to a lot of junk. And anything that we can do to eliminate a lot of these ultra processed foods from our diet and just go back to more whole foods. And what diet works for me is I'm a meat, seafood, chicken. I like a lot of fruit, and I get a lot of exercise. Marty was talking about the exercise. You got to get up and you got to move around. And he's feeling so much better. I was talking to him earlier today, and when he gets up and he starts moving around, he does it 4 or 5 times a day. All of a sudden, that 3rd and 4th time, he's starting to feel a little better. That blood's flowing. Well, when that blood's flowing, that oxygen is flowing through his veins, and oxygen heals. So any of these chronic problems that we have, if we're moving around and we're getting those red blood cells flowing, they contain oxygen, and oxygen heals. So that's my 2 cents worth in for the healthcare aspect of things. I mean, but like I said, there's not one size that fits all. Our bodies, we like certain things, and we all react a little bit differently. But there is, the processed stuff is crap, and it's not good for us. As far as anything else goes, let me turn it over to Mike while his internet connection is. Can you hear me, Mike?
Yeah, I can hear you, Dan.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I apologize if I come in and out. The internet connection just isn't that good. I had a conversation the other day with some people that are close to me, and of course they come and they ask me the question, and I'm gonna turn back toward business here, guys. They ask me the question, "How's business going?" And I tell them, and when I'm done telling them, they look at me straight in the eye and they go, "Okay, so you don't have anything. Is that right?" And I thought about it and I went, "Yeah, you're right. I don't have anything. We don't have anything. We don't have a business. We don't know what the corporate side looks like. We don't know what our side looks like. We don't have a product. We don't have a commission structure. We don't have anything. And I stopped the conversation there because it just would not be fruitful. I know what their responses would be. But with you all, I'll take it another step. Yeah, we don't have anything right now because Mr. Farr hasn't filled us in on anything. That's okay. What we do have is anticipation. And I know some people when they hear me say we have nothing, their response is, it's about time someone said that. And then you have other people that say, well, how could he even say that? So it's kind of an interesting dichotomy there. But when I think about what we have is anticipation. Okay. And I know most people, when they hear that word, they kind of poo-poo it. They don't quite understand what I'm talking about. But let me give you a couple examples. There's a long-term anticipation. Mute your mic, Marty. Yeah, that's okay. There's a long-term anticipation and there's a short-term anticipation. You got it, Marty. And I'll give you a couple examples. I don't know, 10 years ago or so, I was doing business with an individual. And my job was to go out and find a project, and he was going to fund it. He was the money man. And I went out and I found a terrific project, 160 lots, just a killer price. And the anticipation was terrific. I mean, I thought this was it. We were going to go places and we were going to get it done. But in the end, everything being said, he said, no, I'm not going to do that. So that long anticipation, which was very, very good because I always have a pretty positive outlook on things, it didn't turn out very well. Now with Mr. Mufara and the business, we have that long-term anticipation. I think everybody here will agree with that, but I'm not done with that. There's the short-term anticipation, and it's the same thing. If you're in the right frame of mind, if you have a positive mindset rather than a negative mindset, as you anticipate things, it's very, very exciting. It really is. I love anticipation. If you've got a lousy attitude, that anticipation, it'll just beat the living crap out of you. It just really will. But a short-term anticipation, I'll give you a little example, and Dan will know about this example. When we were younger, we used to whitewater raft. I had a 20-foot raft, and we would go up on the river when it was at flood stage, and we would raft. And there was one year where it was above flood stage. I mean, the river was just roaring. And there was a section that nobody, and I mean nobody, would go down, period. And there were about 8 people in the raft that day. We pulled over, we kind of looked at the section, and we just decided, remember, we're young, we're strong, and we're stupid. We decided we were going to go down. And before you got to the main wave, there was a standing wave there that we had to pass. And we went by that standing wave, and the anticipation, it was palpable when we were going until we hit that standing wave. And everybody looked up, and it towered over us. This wasn't the main wave, guys. This was a standing wave. It towered above us. And the anticipation, all of a sudden, there was silence. And we went through the main wave. It took that 20-foot raft. It bent it in half. When the raft came back to shape, it threw everybody out of the raft. And it was a place you did not want to be in the water. And there was about 5 or 6 minutes of just sheer panic until we all got to the side. Everybody saw everybody. Everybody was okay. Again, we were young and strong. And obviously, when that happened, very, very serious initially, but then the smiles started. And then we laughed about it. And everybody around us said we were crazy. That's a short-term anticipation. And that one turned out great. In fact, today, all of these guys still talk about that one trip, that one wave, and what we did. And when they tell the story, you can see the anticipation in their eyes as if they're going through it again. So the short-term anticipation, it's just like the long-term. It's just a shorter period of time. And if you approach it with a good frame of mind, you're in a really, really good place. Now, when I talk about anticipation, when we're talking about Mr. Mufara, when we're talking about what could be coming, it is not blind faith. This anticipation is not blind faith. It's based on concrete things that we know that have happened in the past coming up into today. And when you start to think about the anticipation, when you start to think about Mr. Mufara, when you start to think about the vision, what he's done in the past and what he's doing right now, the anticipation, all of a sudden, it was long term, but today it's short term. Understand that. It's short term anticipation, because if you read the note in the back office the other day, Mr. Mufara came out and said he was going to start talking about all of this stuff in days. I don't know if it's going to be a couple of days. I don't know if it's going to be a couple of weeks. It doesn't matter. It's short term anticipation, and my anticipation is high. And so should yours be. If you look at the back office, two messages ago, Mr. Mufara, he told us he will never put anything back there unless it's real and imminent. The one before the last one, winning, winning, oh, winning. Real, and it's happening right now. I believe that's what that message was. It's happening right now. The last message he put in there, it's imminent. It is coming. He is ready to run with this thing. So when you start to think about the business and someone comes up and asks you, how's the business going? Tell them. It doesn't matter what they think, as long as your mind is in the right place. And if you have that short-term anticipation, I believe things are going to get very, very interesting, very, very quick. And I don't think anybody here is going to be disappointed when Mr. Mufara comes on and starts talking to all of us. Marty, I'll turn it back over to you. Hopefully that made sense, guys.
Oh, it's fantastic. Absolutely. I'm going to round it off with AI news for today, and we'll shut it down. Mike, that was fantastic. Both of you did a great job.
Welcome to AI Headline News, July 8th, 2025. IBM launches Power 11 AI chips. New chips promise faster, more secure AI performance with near zero downtime. Ohio schools mandate AI policies. All K-12 schools must create AI usage guidelines by mid-2026 to promote ethical use. Deepfake, Rubio scam. An AI voice impersonated US Secretary Marco Rubio, raising national security alarms. Samsung profit drops. 56% AI chip export restrictions to China hit Samsung hard. Major buyback planned. Grok 4 by xAI launching. July 9th, Elon Musk's xAI will unveil its next-gen model live. Competition heats up. China tests self-driving rentals. Baidu and Car Inc. roll out autonomous rental cars in Wuhan for up to 7-day bookings. AI language discovery. Researchers uncover new learning shift in AI, boosting understanding and safety. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like and comment.
Anyway, very good show, short and sweet. Thank you, everybody. Let me see some of the chats. Whoa. Good evening, Marty and Clover.
Get me out, bro.
Got a lively group out there. Hello, everybody. Delisa, Cynthia, Lori, Lon, woohoo. Linda Chapetta.
Yo, you saw my stuff.
Sherry Green. I'm glad you can make it. I haven't seen Sherry in a long time. Tanya Hennard. Patricia, Patty Parent. Hello, Patty. James Hawkins. Thanks, everybody, for being here. We'll be back tomorrow. Marcianne, how are you doing? Ginger DeSanto. Yeah, we got a big group here. Hello, Judy Turner. I still got your unicorn. I play it every once in a while. He dances on the table. Dan Price from New Zealand. Hello, buddy. Anyway, thank you, everybody. And we will see you. I'll see you all the time. Keep your eyes open for the back office. It looks like he's dropping stuff in there every once in a while, which is good news, like Mike said. So we'll see you all. Have a great evening.